So for the most of you know me, my name is Harveer Singh. I'm an osteopath, and Darshak Kaur, my wife, is a clinical psychologist that works with people with mental health stuff, and so and that's kind of us, and we're doing health promotion and that kind of stuff, but we'll get more into that. And most of you know my backstory. So I lost my brother about 3.5 years ago. He had a heart attack at work, and then that was a bit of a wake-up call. After I lost him, I started looking more into, I was still exercising at that point. I was exercising an hour a day, but obviously I wasn't doing something right. So that's when I kind of went on this hunt to make a transformation. And so I've lost and maintained 2 stones since then, around 16 kg. So that's my journey. And my wife, who will hopefully be joining us in a few minutes, she's doing her transformation at the moment. She's lost 0.5 stone in 8 days, so she's doing really well. She's doing a program called T20, but we'll talk more about that later. I think that's about it, really. So shall I, Miguel, do you want to take over and shall I introduce you?
Sure, go for it. Yeah, sounds good.
So Miguel is my coach, and he's kind of like the best coach in the company, and he's also like helped like 20,000 people kind of do what I'm doing, which is trying to create a movement. And so he's like the person to go to be able to do this. He's done it in Canada, so he's I'm under good tutelage here. So that's Miguel, and again, it's husband and wife team. So I'll let Miguel jump in at this point.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking time to join us on a Monday night. I know you probably have so many other things you can do. As you can tell, I do not have a UK accent. That's because I don't even have a Spanish accent. But to give you some of my background, my parents actually immigrated from Chile to Canada in the early 80s. And so I grew up in Canada. I still speak Spanish. And if I go to the UK, I start picking up the accent, but then I come back and then I lose it. So, and by the way, I just love your accent. You guys are absolutely incredible. And Javier, just so excited to be talking to everybody. And as you all know, Javier is absolutely incredible. And he's just, this is what I really love about, and I'm kind of going off script, what I really love about Beachbody and about health and fitness and about what we're going to talk about today is the whole point of what we do is we help other people get in the best shapes of their lives, both physically to start. Sometimes that also involves mentally, and then also financially if people want to as well. And that's kind of what I want to explain to all of you today, because I know sometimes there can be negative stigmas, there can be positive stigmas, but who knows really what's going on. And so I really wanted to lift up the curtain and explain to you guys exactly my story, how I got involved with Beachbody, and how my life has completely changed. I think that will be very valuable for you guys. So if you're excited about that, then let us know in the chat. There is a chat window as well. If you have loaded up through a computer, on your phone, it can be a little bit trickier. There's a little chat option as well. If you have any questions at all throughout what we're going to be talking with you today, just let us know in the chat. And also if you're watching the recording, because we are recording this, just feel free to send Javier a message on WhatsApp. I know he loves to use that, or through email or Facebook or however you want. So my whole goal for today is really, number 1 is to share my story with you. Number 2 is to show you what's possible. And number 3 is to show you how to achieve what's possible. And so if I achieve those 3 things, then I think we'll have a really good time. I think it'll be well worth it, because like you, the way that my journey started was 8 years ago. And let me show some pictures, because I think sometimes pictures are much better than me just talking and you looking at me the entire time. So let me go ahead and share some slides here so you'll be able to see kind of exactly what I'm talking about here. So let me just go ahead and do that really quickly. All right, so I do have to say right off the bat that, so we are going to be talking about Beachbody, what it's all about, and is it for you? But I do have to tell you, we don't guarantee, obviously, any level of income or success, because this is an entrepreneurial business. So what I'm going to share with you, what I'm going to talk to you about are my results, they're Javier's results, they're other coaches' results. They don't necessarily mean that you will get the same results. You could get less results, you could get better results. Kind of like weight loss, right? We have workout programs. One person totally goes all in, watches their diet, nutrition, they get certain results. someone else does the workouts, doesn't do nutrition. If you've ever done that, you know you get different results. So that's exactly how this works. So I just wanted to share that with you really quickly. So this was me. I was actually 240 pounds, but this was me at 235 pounds. I was 32 years old. And if you looked at my life, I actually had a really good life. I worked at Microsoft. I was a Microsoft IT consultant. Absolutely loved my job, loved what I did. Got to travel the world, got to stay at really nice hotels. The problem was twofold, okay? Income was great. However, one of my biggest issues that you don't even see in this picture is that I had no time to spend with my kids. Quite honestly, I don't remember the first 4 years of my first son's life because I was literally flying Monday to Saturday working. And because of that, I was stressed out. I was overeating. I was over drinking. I would have 2 Starbucks a day just to stay awake. And I'm not talking just like the coffee. I mean like, you know, the big, crazy, Americanized caramel, all the good stuff, like 700 calorie drinks 2 a day. So I worked pretty hard, I say as a joke, to get to 240 pounds. I worked really hard to do that. It's hard for me. Like I'm 5'6" with shoes on. So to get to that weight was not ideal, was not good. And what ended up happening with me in my life was I ended up in the hospital. I ended up in the hospital with high blood pressure. And so at the time, I still remember driving home from picking up my kids from my parents' house. And I wasn't feeling well. And I was in the shower shampooing my head and I couldn't feel the left side of my face, which hopefully would freak everybody out. It freaked me out enough to go lie down. So I went to lie down, and I'm a very like high energy kind of person. So for me, going to lie down, my wife was like, "What's wrong? What's happening? Why are you lying down? That's weird." And I said, "Not a big deal. I just can't feel the left side of my body. So I'm just gonna lie down." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I said, "I don't feel good." So all of you that are married, you know, women especially, you're the bosses. The men are kind of like the fake bosses in the house. And so my wife said, "Get to the hospital." So I went to the hospital. And in Canada, we have like free healthcare, like it's subsidized by the government. So I don't know what you have in the UK, but for us, what that means is you're going to wait 3 days to get in to see a doctor out of the emergency. So you're probably going to die before you see someone if it's serious enough. And so I was waiting. I remember there was a guy beside me getting triaged, and he had cut off his finger. So he's holding his finger in one hand, and it's bleeding, and he's got his hand in the other hand. I come in after him, and they let me go in first. So that's when I started to freak out that something was really wrong. And then what happened afterwards, there was doctors and nurses everywhere trying to figure out what was wrong, what was happening. And I remember my blood pressure was 190 over 140. And now I'm not a doctor like Abir, but I knew enough that 190 over 140 is terrible. And it's funny because they were telling me, "Calm down." And I'm like, how can I calm down? There's 4 nurses, 2 doctors in here. Stuff is bleeping like crazy, and you've stuck things to my arms because they were put like EKG things, all this stuff, trying to figure it out. Long story short, for a month, I didn't know what to do. And the doctors were like, "Take these pills, go for more tests." And I don't know how healthcare is over there, but it's not very naturopaths, all that stuff isn't really a big thing yet. It is becoming a bigger thing, but 7-8 years ago, it really wasn't. And so when I finally realized I made the best decision of my life, I decided to get healthy. I said, no matter what's going on in my life, I need to make health a priority. Like I can't just keep traveling all over the place. I can't keep living this lifestyle and expecting to, treat my body, my temple like this and have a good life. And so for me, that was a wake-up call. And so what ended up happening is I saw an infomercial on television for this workout program called P90X. And I remember watching it on TV going, wow, like I wish I could do those chin-ups and stuff. And so I ended up calling in. I ordered the programs. And back then, when I called, they're like, "Do you want the chin-up bar, sir?" I'm like, "Absolutely." Well, that was $200. "Do you want the special drink?" I'm like, "Absolutely." "Do you want the bars?" And then they also said, "Do you want to try this other workout as well? We can give you 2 workouts so you can get Turbo Fire and P90X all together, all combined for a kit." So I ended up buying the kit. And by the time it showed up at my house and I paid the shipping costs, all this stuff, it ended up being almost $1,000 Canadian. So that would be probably roughly 500 pounds that I paid for 2 workout programs, okay? They showed up at my house. And I was like, for sure, I'm going to just totally do this. That is not what I did. 2 weeks went by. I didn't start the programs. And luckily for me, what happened is a coach reached out to me and said, hey, like you should really do these programs. I'll help you get results. And they put me into a group where they were going to support me like every single day and motivate me. And so what ended up happening is I did the workouts. I started doing the workouts. Actually, the third day into P90X, I actually fell from the chin-up bar. I couldn't hold on, and I was really trying to do one, and my hand slipped, and I hit my butt, and it really hurt. So I ended up switching from P90X to TurboFire. And TurboFire ended up being my favorite workout. It's a high-intensity interval training workout. I did it for 90 days, and then I did another round. And so I ended up losing over 80 pounds doing these workouts. Now, these are the photos that I took. People say, why don't you have photos at 240 pounds? And I said, I didn't want to take photos when I was 240 pounds. So at 218 pounds, I had already gotten results, and I was pretty happy about it. So that's a happy smile at 218 pounds. And then you can see on the right there, there's a happier smile when I was about 170 pounds. And at that point now I started gaining muscle. And so, you know, the weight started to fluctuate and all that stuff, because ultimately what's important isn't necessarily the number on the scale. It's more important how you feel. So that's really where my life started to transform. For me, I ended up getting in shape. What was cool, what I realized after, was there was other people that also wanted to get in shape too. There was other people that did not want to go to the gym. See, I always thought in my life that if you want to lose weight, you go to a gym. But what I realized, for me at least, was that I'm going to stop sharing the screen just for a second. I'll come back to it. I was not someone that really liked going to the gym. I felt uncomfortable at a gym. I needed someone to coach me, to motivate me, but I didn't need a personal trainer at the gym. I didn't like it. I felt like people, I don't know how many of you ever felt like you're getting looked at and people are staring at you. I didn't like that feeling. And so the home workouts were like the perfect thing for me. I was able to get great results. And then what ended up happening for me was so many people started asking me, like, how did you do it? How did you get results? And when I would tell them that I worked out at home, at first I would tell them, yeah, I worked out at home. I didn't go to the gym. You should probably go to the gym. But then I realized there are, if there's, let's say 10% of the people that are working out go to the gym, there's 90% of the people that don't want to go to the gym, that they feel uncomfortable at the gym. And all those people started getting attracted to me. They started to go, okay, well, whatever you did, that's what I need to do, right? And that was really cool. That was a moment in my life where I realized, and by the way, I was not a coach then. I was just trying to help people get healthier because people were asking me what I did. And so what ended up happening is I started coaching people for free. I started just helping them get results. I told them where to buy the workouts. They would buy the workouts. I wasn't getting paid. I started writing a blog. I started doing other things. And people just kept coming to me, asking me how I did it. I would tell them I was not getting paid. Now what happened was a few months went by and a friend of mine called me on the phone and he said, hey, listen, there's this Beachbody thing. And he explained it all wrong. Okay, let me tell you, like, it's a little embarrassing. I probably shouldn't share this, but he basically told me, like, there's this thing, and if you just sign up 2 people, and they sign up 2 people, and then they sign up 2 people, you'll be a millionaire, right? And so to me, I was so turned off. Like, I remember hanging up the phone, going, okay, this is a total scam. Like, this is embarrassing. I told my wife, I'm like, can you believe this guy? He called me. He was actually a police officer. This police officer called me on the phone, and he's telling me about a pyramid scam thing. Like, how, like, it's one of those stupid shake things. Like, I can't believe he's trying to sell me this thing. And I was embarrassed for him. But I did something, probably the smartest thing I've ever done in my life. And this is maybe a good lesson for all of you, and nothing to do with Beachbody, but I decided to not listen to other people's opinions, and I did my own research, okay? And so I went and I did my own research on this company. And of course, everything has negative, but I started realizing that, well, wait a minute, I lost 80 pounds doing home workouts. And I've been getting other people to do them, and they're getting results, and they're happy, and they're drinking Shakeology, and they're eating these bars, they're doing all these things, they're getting results, and I'm just not getting paid for helping all these people. So why not, I thought, why not sign up and try it? What I realized was it really wasn't a scam. What I started to realize was, by doing the research, was that yes, like any business on the planet, there's good businesses, there's good doctors, right? Javier's an incredibly good doctor, but he would be the first one to tell you, or maybe not, he's too nice, that there's also very bad doctors, right? So in anything in life, I realized, yeah, there's good and bad to everything. There's people that send out spammy links and try and get people to buy things from them. And then there's people that are genuinely trying to help people, right? And I'm going to ask Habir to talk to you guys in a few minutes, but that's what Habir does so well, right? He's not focused on making more income or growing his practice or those things. Those are side benefits of him just being a good person and trying to help other people. And so that's how I signed up. I want you to really understand that that's why I became a coach was, okay, if I become a coach, I'm already helping these people, but I can get more skills. I can get more knowledge. I can find out the intricacies of these programs. I can learn which programs are right for right people, because all the coaches get something called Beachbody On Demand. So they get all the workout programs. You can go in, you can check out which ones are right. You get something called a back office where you can log in and you can get guides to how to help people and what programs are better for other people if they're over 50 or if they're in their 20s. So I thought, okay, well, I'll sign up and I can help more people. And that's really what happened. And that's really one of the big things I want you to understand. So that's kind of how this happened. These people that you see on these photos, like, these are the people that I started to help. These are the people that wanted to get results. Example, like Cheyenne Tracy in the top right corner, right? She was overworked, needed to get healthy, always, like, she would call herself like fat skinny. I don't know if you have that word in the UK. So she was unhealthy. She looked skinny, but she was very unhealthy, always getting sick, back problems, all these things. You know, we can't claim that we do anything. Unfortunately, that's how the government works. But obviously, she got better results. She started drinking Shakeology, started working out. Her life transformed. She ended up becoming a coach. Now she on her own has a team of 2,000 people that she's helped get healthier, stay-at-home moms, dads, people that were overworked. The middle is another person, again, that wanted to lose 80 pounds. She's already lost 60. Again, she just wanted to be more confident in herself and be able to just run around with her kids. My brother that you see in the top there, he was always overweight. He ended up running a marathon with me. All these people that did not want to go to a gym. They were never going to go to a gym. They were never going to get results because they did not feel comfortable at the gym. I was able to help them get results by working out from home, right? So all these people, I want you to be very clear, because I know as well, you all know that it's Dr. Habir Singh, right? But the reality is that most of the people that are having the most incredible success, they're not fitness experts, okay? They're not personal trainers. They're not nutritionists. You know, they don't necessarily have the ideal body yet. They have things they're working on and working on forever. It's really just a person that wants to live a healthy lifestyle. And I fully believe that even in life, forget Beachbody, if you're a person that leads by example and becomes the best that you can possibly be in life, then other people are going to want that too. And so that was really cool about Beachbody. So these are all these people that started changing their lives. Obviously, then our team exploded by just doing the things that Habir can teach you. Really, our whole business transformed. We ended up, our team last year won the Leadership Award for not only just growing one of the largest, actually the largest team internationally for Beachbody, but also because we were able to help Beachbody itself change some things and actually take it to the next level with some of the programs like that we have released now. So it's really, really cool. I've actually also been on a workout. One day they called me on the phone and they're like, hey, do you want to be in a workout? It's a Spanish workout. We'd love to have a guy in there. Would you like to be it? And I said, do you want me to sell the workout or do you want me to be like actually in the workout? And they're like, no, we want you to be in the workout. So I got to experience how it all works, how these programs are created, how long it takes. And it's absolutely amazing that we have 7,000 workouts now within Beachbody On Demand. And yes, in about 2 minutes here, I'm going to ask Habir to jump in, and his wife, if she's there as well, she can as well. So what do coaches do? What do we do? Well, just to be very clear, so our number one job is to just stay healthy, right? And just to be an example to other people of what it is that you can achieve by working out at home. That's the number one thing. The reason Team Beachbody was created was, simply put, Beachbody had all these workout programs, and they realized that people were not doing them because they didn't have anyone coaching them. And so Carl, the CEO, wanted to have people, coaches, helping other people push through the workouts. If any of you have been working with Dr. Habir, you'll know that that's what he does. He helps you push you through the workouts. And if you didn't have him, yes, you'd have the workout, but you probably wouldn't get the results that you've gotten, right? And so that is what coaches do. We help other people stick with the workout. So it's a whole combination of us working out so that people get excited and they realize that they can do that too. The second thing is supporting them to get the results. And really, the final thing is the whole Beachbody On Demand catalog of nutritional supplements. A lot of the vegan products that we have are top notch. And I'm not going to I can spend an hour talking to you about all those products, but I find that's kind of boring. And you have to just trust that we have done the research, and it's absolutely incredible, the nutritional supplements that we have, which is why, Javier got so excited about Beachbody. So that's really what we do, is we help people get healthy, and then we inspire them to stay healthy. That's the number one thing that we do. And Beachbody has the best programs for this. We have vegan programs, we have Shakeology, we even have these cute little containers. If you don't know how to set up your meals properly, we can help you do that with our custom pots, as you call them in the UK. So you can actually use these little pots and you can fill them with veggies or fruits or proteins, and you can learn to make your own meals effectively. Well, there's a lot of people that also want that but don't know about it until a coach shows them how it works, supports them, and gets them the results. So it's really, really cool. We have so many different programs. We also obviously have Beachbody On Demand, which many of you are familiar with, which is the largest home fitness workout catalog in the world. We have over 7,000 workouts that you can do, and we're launching a brand new workout literally every 3 months that you can do. Next week, as a matter of fact, as making of this video, we're launching a new program called Morning Meltdown 100, which is really cool. It's 100 workouts that you can complete either in 100 days, or you can take your time, but the whole goal is to get from workout 1 to workout 100, get all the workouts done, and get incredible results. All the workouts are less than 30 minutes. There's some cool music that goes with it. You can also set up your own music. So we always have these brand new workouts coming out all the time to keep you engaged, keep you excited, and keep you working out, which is really, really cool. And then in order to do all of that, we coach people online. We use either Facebook group or WhatsApp groups, and we share our journey with other people. It's very simple. It's posts like this. You may have seen some posts like this from Javier as well, and you'll notice that you can use that through WhatsApp, or you can use it through Facebook, or whatever you want to use to keep people accountable and to get them getting awesome results. So we have all these programs. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm going to show you 3 really quick results of people that are killing it, and then I'll let Javier jump on here. Here's an example of Lakeisha. She wanted to get great results with her workouts. She got incredible results. She shared her photos. And again, I want to be clear, you don't have to share your photos. There's a lot of other ways to grow the business face-to-face through conversations. But if you want, she was able to share one of her photos, and people just loved it. People were coming out of everywhere saying, how did you do that? You look fantastic. You look great. And they also wanted to join and get results with her. So now she was never a coach, but she decided to become a coach and build her own business, helping other people while working from home. So there's a lot of different goals. For her goal was to make the equivalent would be 400 pounds a month extra for her family, which is a big deal. And so she was able to do that by growing a Beachbody business in her spare time. And again, it depends on the hours that you want to work. For spare time, that was great. And she grew it over a 2-year period, and she loves what she does. It helps her stay accountable, and then it also helps other people join in and do more of the workouts, which is really, really cool, and it's a lot of fun. Here's Allison as well. Again, great results. Wasn't a coach at first, got incredible results, and then decided to become a coach, and she's transforming her life and the lives of other people. So many people, like Carissa as well. Carissa, I don't know what you'd call it there, but here it's 911 operator. So she takes all the phone calls when something bad's happening, and then she has to dispatch people. And she heard a lot of horrible things, obviously working on the phones for when you're calling the police and all that stuff. So she had gained a lot of weight. She joined Beachbody, got incredible results, and then decided to become a coach as well. So all these people. So what I want to do now, though, is I would love to bring Javier back on and kind of share a little bit about his journey with Beachbody with you guys as well. So Javier, why don't you take over?
Okay, great. So that was amazing. Thank you, Miguel. And I'm going to try and do justice after that, because that was a great presentation and really insightful. And it's difficult for me to be as succinct or as well articulated as that. So I'm going to try and do it justice. I was at Barking Menla yesterday. I got invited by one of my patients, and there was around 3,000 or 4,000 people there. And I was looking around, and I couldn't find one person who wouldn't benefit from this. from a health perspective. And our community, or the UK as a whole, is most people are overweight or obese. Most people are in a sedentary job where they're unhealthy, where they're working just to get to the end of the week, and then they come home and relax or watch TV or kind of binge, right? And this recipe that we are now kind of, it's been indoctrinated into us, and we've been conditioned towards it, is really not a recipe for a happy life, let alone a healthy one. Having lost family members myself, I'm very passionate about trying to change this community and what's happening to it, and the UK as a whole, and as many people as I can. So looking beyond the business aspect of it, there's lots of ways to earn money. There's lots of things that people could be doing for business. But if you were going to do something, why not do something where you could actually have an impact on people's lives? Those of you who follow me on Instagram will see some of the WhatsApp screenshots that I take from people who've now, their dads have started exercising. From seeing them, it's helped. You see my wife, like my wife hasn't exercised in 4 years. And yeah, so this is the bleed through happens, and other people start doing it, your friends, family members. You know, seeing my wife actually get fit and feel good, and have her report back to me in terms of when she's talking to me and saying, you know, I feel really good, I feel energetic. She's saying how she feels, you know, more comfortable in her body for the first time in years. Like, what price could you put on that? And I want everyone to feel a piece of that. I want everyone to get a piece of feeling healthier, feeling happier. And taking my wife again as an example, I won't take too much time, but take my wife as an example. When would she go to the gym? It's with 2 kids and working as well part-time. It's unrealistic that she'd ever go to the gym. And she said it to me the other day. She said, well, you know, you could potentially go out and go to the gym, or, you know, go play football or something like that. But especially within our community, it's very unrealistic that you're going to be able to find hours every day with 2 kids and be able to maintain that. So these workouts, like, not only are they effective, not only do Beachbody spend a ridiculous amount of money investing in making sure these programs are the best they can possibly be, the best produced, the best evidenced from the coaches they put through them as test groups, which you'll find out about when you join the team. But they're manageable. They're 20 minutes. Sometimes she has the kids there while she does them, and she's drenched in sweat at the end of it, but she feels incredible. And that, I couldn't put a price on that. If someone said to me, you know, how much money would you give for that? You know, it's priceless to see some of your family members being able to be healthy again, feeling happier again in terms of in relation to their health. It's impacted my mum, it's impacted my sister-in-law. So the business aspect is important, because without money you can't really have impact. You can't run events, you can't do whatever you want to do, you can't go to places. So you definitely need the business aspect to be strong. But if you're going to make money, rather than, you know, doing something else like where you could be earning money, why not do something where you're going to be changing people's lives? I can't see a better thing people could be doing in their spare time, to be honest. And I mean that from I sincerely mean that. In terms of the products, you know, like Miguel said, you could talk a lot about the products, but when people hear about the business structure, they think, oh, we don't want to get involved with network marketing and that type of thing. There's a lot of resistance, but I think you have to use a bit more judgment than that. I think like Miguel said, you have to do your own research, but you also need to speak to people who are successful, and you also need to understand the fundamentals of stuff. So what is this? This is actually, if I do well and get benefit from workout, and if I grow a business and it's successful, why wouldn't I want to help other people do that? 10 years from now, when I've got a team of thousands of people who are doing really well and have successful businesses, I mean, and I get to retirement age, not 10 years from now, and I get to retirement age, that's thousands of relationships that I've built. That's thousands of families that I've helped financially as well as health-wise. Like, I can't think of a better business model. And from another perspective, the reason I got into this, to give you a bit of my journey, is for those of you who know me, I read a lot. I read around 50 something books a year. So that's a book a week, which is a lot. And it's all on personal development. And every book I was reading kept saying the same thing. You need to get involved with multi-level marketing, because the amount it makes you develop. Now, I thought that's great, but I didn't resonate with any of the companies there. I'm not going to name them, but I looked up all the different companies that were out there, and I didn't resonate with all of them apart from Beachbody. And then I started looking into it, and I sat on it for about a year. I didn't do anything about it. I looked into it, and I thought, this is interesting, but and I don't think maybe I was developed enough personally to be able to embark on that journey initially. But then kept reading, kept coming across the same thing, kept all these successful people kept saying the same thing. Robert Kiyosaki, all of these people, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, lots of people out there. The guy who does the money stuff, the financial guy from America, can't remember his name, but they all kept saying the same thing, and they all kept praising multi-level marketing. And they said, if you want to build your relationship skills, if you want to develop yourself personally, if you want to improve your time management skills, this is the thing to do. And I thought, I want to do all of those things. I want to be a better person. So if this business is going to help me be a better person, then what value can I place on that? Is so much more than money. So I'm getting a lot more out of it personally than I can put a price on. So then I embarked on this journey, and I thought, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like I lose the sign up fee. That's the worst thing that can happen. And actually, I've wasted a lot more money than the sign up fee is. It's practically nothing compared to the amount of money I wasted on other things. So I thought, let me give it a shot and see what happens. And I gave it a shot, and it's been since the beginning of the year. I have to say, it's changed my life. It's made me better at affecting my time. It's the most consistent I've been in my life in terms of health since I've been maybe 16 years old. And at that time I didn't have as many commitments. I didn't have kids. I didn't have work. So since being an adult, this is the most healthiest I've ever been consistently. And that's all thanks to Beachbody and thanks to Miguel and thanks to this system, which is you make your transformation, you share your journey, and then you coach other people through doing the same thing. They then pay it forward by doing the same thing. So I can't praise it enough. And I just wish people would give it the opportunity and give it the 100% for a month, and even for a short period of time, and reflect at the end of that month, how has it changed them? How has it developed them? Because we have a fantastic team. We've got a wealth of knowledge, resources, energy, enthusiasm, passion. So if you're going to take a leap of faith, I think this is the one thing that you should take a leap of faith in, from a professional perspective in your life. So it's going to improve your health, it's going to improve your family, and it's going to improve your financial well-being for potentially generations. So I think that's my piece. Sorry, I went on.
No, I love it. That's great. I mean, I love what you said. I think it's you said it beautifully. I think ultimately at the end of the day, there really is no negative downside as well. Like there's other businesses that you could join, but there's a lot of negatives, right? Because you could have product that you're never going to use, or all these things. And it's funny, I've started other businesses in the past. I actually personally have 3 other businesses that I run that have all sold over $1 million. So I've done well in other areas of online marketing. I've built Amazon stores. I've done affiliate marketing. We have the #1 podcast and business on iTunes in Canada for marketing. But at the end of the day, I have to be honest, everyone that we talk to, I tell them, I'm like, if you haven't done a business before, you should really get involved in a network marketing company, kind of like you said, because every other business that you build online, you're going to have to invest so much money, like some of them hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I have a friend that owns a franchise. I don't know if you have, are franchises big in the UK? I don't even know. Are there franchises?
Yeah,
or
some of them, yeah, some companies.
Yeah, so they own it's like a Subway, so they make sandwiches, a sandwiches franchise, and they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. It took them 10 years to break even and start paying themselves. Like imagine making sandwiches for 10 years, and you're in for $500,000, and then you can start paying yourself. And now they're making decent money, but for the amount of effort and risk, it's crazy. Like with this, it's a little over 100 pounds. And if you already have the workouts, it's less. I think it's 30 pounds or something to get started. There's really no risk. That's how I view things, right? Because I'm our Amazon business, I was spending $40,000 a month buying products from China, getting them shipped overseas, inspected, labeled, branded, all this stuff. I had to spend $10,000 a month on Facebook advertising to get this stuff sold Like, it was crazy. The revolving credit that I had to have going. It was a lot of work to get these other businesses going. But with network marketing, specifically with Beachbody, it's like, it's really, like you said, like no risk really. Like the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to get healthy and you're going to, I mean, meet some new people. So it's absolutely incredible. And I love what you said, like, because when Beachbody started in Canada 8 years ago, I remember talking to people and saying, like, this is going to revolutionize health and fitness in Canada, guaranteed. And it took about 5 years, but now, like, you walk anywhere in Canada, people know Beachbody, people know the home workout stuff, like everybody. You go to any gym, you go anywhere, they know Beachbody is health and fitness, at-home workouts. And it's funny because I helped launch it. They're like, yeah, didn't Miguel do that? It's like some people think that I own the company, and it's not. It's just that we launched, like we have almost 80% of the coaches in Canada are on this team. And so what's cool about that is that all that training is stuff that you're all going to get, stuff that Javier is going to give you, like all these things that are available. So there's really like no real risk to all of it. I did want to share with you guys just a little bit about and maybe I'll just explain it really quickly. In terms of income and how the income is generated, every time that you help someone, Beachbody pays you as a coach a 25% commission. So basically, if with all the training, again, we explain all this. We have recorded videos, trainings. You'll get one-on-one calls with Javier to get started. But what will happen is every time that you help someone, let's say you help 3 people in a month, every time you help one person, you get a 25% commission. So let's say you help one person, they get a kit, let's say it's, I don't know, 160 pounds, you would get 25% of that would go directly to you, and we get paid every week. So basically, if you sold something today, you would get paid that out the following week. If you help 3 people, let's just say as an example, you earn 50 pounds in commission from helping one person. Let's say you did that, 3 times in the month, you would earn 150 pounds, and then it kind of keeps going from there. So what ends up happening with Beachbody is typically people love the workouts, love the products, they continue to do more workouts. So what ends up happening is you continue to get new customers, but at the same time, you're also helping your existing customers, which when new workouts come out, they want to get the new workouts. And so you continuously kind of earn a bigger and bigger commission check. I know it sounds weird. Like I started in 2012, and when I did that, I think my first paycheck didn't come for 3 weeks. And I think I made $17, right? Which was cool. And then, but 6 months later, just helping, my goal was to help 5 to 10 people every month. That was my goal. And I did that every month for 6 months. And then 6 months into it, Canadian, I was earning about $400 to $600 a week doing what I was doing, which I loved because, someone's calling me. Let me hang up on them. So what ended up happening is by helping those people every single month, not only was I helping new people, but I was also helping existing people as well. And so that's kind of how it works, and you continuously earn more income. There's really no like magic trick to this entire business other than the fact that if you do end up signing up with Javier, he's going to help you figure out and lay all this stuff out. Whereas most businesses, let's say you wanted to start a restaurant, you wouldn't be able to ask the most popular restaurant in the city, hey, do you mind giving me your menu and where you buy your food and where you hired your people and how you trained your staff, and like none of that, like you wouldn't be able to do that. If you start a traditional business, you'd have to pay rent, I don't know, 500, 1,000 pounds a month for rent. You have to pay electrical. You'd have to pay someone to sit at the front desk. With Beachbody covers all those costs. They ship everything for you. They have a warehouse in the UK. You get shipments very, very quickly. All the products, the Shakeology, anything that we have available in the UK it's not like it's snake oil or anything crazy. It's all been approved by the UK government as an actual, Shakeology has been approved as an actual food in the UK. So we're very careful about every single thing that we provide to all of our specific markets. So, we're really excited about that. I know, and here's the cool thing, because I saw how Beachbody went from nothing to incredibly massive in Canada, and I know that that's going to happen in the UK. So, whether or not you decide that now's your time to, at the end of this, to message Javier and say, okay, let's get started, okay, maybe answer me a couple more questions. I can tell you that people will do it. People will get results. In a year, we're actually going to launch in France as well, which we're very excited about. So the UK is really positioned ideally to really change the whole health and fitness game in the UK, not only in the UK, but also all over Europe. So that's what we're pretty excited about. And yeah, so I really also, I gotta say, with Khabir, you already know this. He's an incredible human being. He's not gonna let you down. He's gonna make sure you get results. At the end of the day, Beachbody even has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you decide, you know what, it's not for me, you can always just get your money back. So I think it's pretty cool. So I've talked enough, and I don't have a cool accent. And so maybe I'll pass it back to Khabir if you have any questions. Otherwise, Khabir can end the call as well. So go ahead.
Okay, great. So I just want to close with saying, like, thanks to Miguel for taking the time to do this. He's incredibly busy, obviously running a very large team, so his time is really valuable. I take this really seriously, and as Miguel said, this is a prime opportunity for people to get involved. Within the next 3 to 5 years, we will have changed the face of the UK. That's my guarantee. And then obviously the sky is the limit in terms of what we can achieve. So I want you guys to come on board, and I want us to do this together, because the more people that do this, the faster we're going to be able to grow, the more impact we're going to be able to have, and the more people we're going to be able to help. So whether you get on board or not, this is going to happen. But this is your opportunity to kind of step up and kind of raise your hand and get involved, because this is, we're not going to stop. So you will hear about us, whether you're on the team or whether you're not. We're already doing things in different cities. So we're really, we've got a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion. So nothing's going to stop us. So this is your time to kind of get involved, take the opportunity. I take my job very seriously. I put a lot of time into my coaches, and I spend a lot of my time and energy making sure that they get as much value as they possibly can in every kind of respect. I'm always on the end of the phone, and I speak to them via WhatsApp every day or every other day. So the level of accountability, the level of motivation, the level of kind of mentorship you get with this, you're not going to get anywhere else, as far as I know. Now, I've been in business for 10 years in terms of from the clinic perspective. So I definitely recommend kind of getting in touch and finding out more if you want to take in this opportunity. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We'll end the call here. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just obviously you can message Khabir, no problem. I'd love to have you join the team. Like Khabir said, I know where this is going. I'm involved with Beachbody at a corporate level. So if you've ever, here's the 2 things you got to ask yourself, and we'll end it here. Like, if you've ever wanted to earn additional income, if that would help your family, this is the time to do that with Khabir. And if you've ever just wanted to get healthy beyond your wildest dreams, and that's your biggest focus, and you maybe want to help 1 or 2 people, then this is the time to do that as well. So thanks so much for your time. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.